What's up, everybody? Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection Achievement Guide. This time we're doing Pillar of Autumn, which is to complete the level Pillar of Autumn, the first level, and it's also the first part of Living Legend, which is to complete every level of the game on Legendary difficulty. So we're also going to get two more achievements with this. We're going to get Believe in a Hero, which is just complete the game on Heroic, and Birth of a Spartan, which is to complete the game on Normal. So to start this off, we're just going to run through here. You don't have to fight anybody in the beginning of the level. Just run through, just follow this path, and we'll get to the bridge where Captain Keys is, and it'll give us a Magnum for our first gun that we could use in this game, and then we could start killing people and mowing through the Covenant. So just follow this path again, and it's pretty easy, straightforward. So believe it or not, this is my first straight-up vanilla legendary Halo 1 guide. I've done Lazo guides, I've done speedrun guides, but I've never done just a, hey, how do I complete this in the easiest way possible on Legendary. So here we go. So you can see Keys handed me his Magnum, which has no bullets in it, so it's pretty much useless at this point. You can see I'm waiting here, because if you go through this part too quickly, you actually don't get the Magnum ammo, so I just waited there for a couple seconds. And now we could shoot these grunts with our Magnum, or you could smack them like that. And when you walk through this door, you'll get an assault rifle, and you immediately want to take a right. Ignore the two elites that come out of the door in front of you, just take a right. And we're going to try to go through this door. Sometimes the aliens block your way, but try to sidestep them as they pour through the door. Sometimes there's not many there, sometimes there's no elites, sometimes there's no grunts. It's kind of luck of the draw there a little bit, but you can see I grabbed a plasma pistol, which is going to help us through this level. Assassinate that guy, don't shoot him or he'll turn around and be harder to kill. And we're just going to move through here, keep on moving. You'll probably have some plasma grenades by this point, so throw one right there. If you don't have one, just throw a frag grenade, and they will blow up, and you just run right past that section. And then for this area, you could throw a grenade. If you stick him, that's great. He'll die, obviously, and just mop up the grunt right here. If you actually throw the grenade past him and it doesn't stick him, it will still distract him because they just stare at the grenade if they don't see you first. So if you throw the grenade before they see you, they'll just keep staring at the grenade, and you could run up behind them and assassinate them, and that makes it easy as well. So even if you don't stick them, you'll have an advantage there. So here's a part where we're just going to fight through these guys. Finally, we ran past a few people, but now we're actually going to fight these guys. It's pretty easy with the plasma pistol because it just tears through their shields, and then you could just one-shot them in the head. If you could one-shot them in the head. I'm having some trouble here through this game. This is my first time playing this in a long time. I've been playing a lot of Halo 5, so I'm used to that pistol more than this one at this point. But you can see we're just kind of tearing through them. You could throw some plasma grenades and try to stick the elites. Even if you don't stick the elites, the plasma grenade will still kill them if they're remotely close to it. The blast radius for these grenades in Halo 1 are pretty big, so when they're confined in these small hallways, it's pretty easy to kill them with the grenades just because they don't really have any other place to move or duck out of the way a lot of the time. So we're going to keep going through, and remember to keep replenishing your ammo when you can. You can't replenish your Covenant weapon ammo, but you could pick up new ones that are fresher. So you can see I grabbed the health pack on the doorway right there, and we're just going to move to the next section. It's pretty much like the last section, pretty much the same setup. There's a couple of elites, 2 or 3 in the hallway there, and we're just going to throw our grenades in there as we see fit and noob combo them. If you don't know what that is, it means you're going to overcharge your plasma pistol, and the burst that comes out of it will actually take down the entire shield of an elite or even a jackal too. So then you can just switch to your Magnum and one-shot them for the easy kill. And even using the plasma pistol like a normal pistol, just with single shots, it's pretty effective at taking down the shields of enemies. And it's pretty good at killing people too, actually. Which in a lot of other Halo games, you can't really kill people with the plasma pistol easily. But this one takes down the shield and kills them pretty effectively. This spot I'm in right now is not great because even if you could duck behind the brace right there, a lot of the grunts usually throw grenades, so it could be sitting right next to you while you think you're in cover, safe and sound, but then it'll actually just blow up and you're dead. So try to avoid being in that area. You can see the Marines did not take that advice to heart, and now they're all dead. So just keep yourself aware. Obviously you could use it if you need to for cover, and then just try to get away from there as fast as possible, because if you just hang out in there, they'll throw grenades, and then you're dead. So this elite right here is giving us some issues, but we'll just keep chipping away at them. Obviously, there's a lot of plasma pistols on the ground from all the grunts you've killed here, so you could always switch out for a fresh one if you're running out of ammo on your current one. And there's also a lot of grenades on the ground that your friendly grunts have dropped, so you could always pick those up and throw them at the elites. Whoa, they're throwing them at us now, though. That's not cool. You want to be aware that in Halo 1, chain reactions can occur from grenades on the ground. So if there's a live grenade next to a pile of other grenades, you want to back up as far as you can. So it looks like we're done with this area finally, so I'm going to get some fresh ammo and nades, and I'm also going to go to the right here, and there's some overshield in here which we could use to our advantage. I actually skipped some overshield earlier, but that was where we skipped by a bunch of other enemies, so we kind of missed out on that, but we also missed out on having to kill a bunch of people, so it's kind of a balancing act. So I like to throw a grenade right there because there's a lot of enemies that spawn in that doorway. I don't think I killed anyone though because I didn't move forward. If I did move forward, the enemies would kind of spawn and move into the room towards that grenade, but I did not do that, so I don't think I actually killed anybody with that grenade, unfortunately. But for this area, we have the overshield, so you don't want to just run in there and waste it, but you know, you do have the ability to be a little more aggressive with the overshield since obviously you have more protection at this point, which I no longer have. You can see my shield is completely drained and I'm retreating now. This part you could probably run past, especially when you have overshield. You could just go into that doorway where I threw that grenade and just kind of squeeze your way past all the enemies in there, but I'm just taking it nice and slow here. So you can see my health is pretty low at this point, but no worries, there is a health pack on the doorway that we have to go through in a little bit. It's over by that elite that we're going to go to right now, and you can see I'm going to noob him, but I'm not going to one-shot him in the head. I'm going to use that opportunity to stick him, because when you noob them, they are kind of stunned for a little bit. So instead of one-shotting them, I just stuck them because it was very easy. I have a lot of grenades, and there's a lot more on the ground I could pick up to replenish my supply. That's also a good tactic if you want to. That's also a good tactic for sticking the elite when he's amongst a ton of other people, because then obviously all the other people around him will take damage as well. In this scenario, it was obviously only him, but it works very effectively. Sometimes you just don't feel like headshotting anybody, so just stick them. But for this section, you could actually just go up the stairs. There's a quicker way to do this, but if you don't jump very well in this game, the jumping mechanics are odd for this game. You can see I just totally ignored everyone for the most part. Just go up the stairs and circle around, and you'll probably make it through. There's a chance you won't. They usually pay a lot of attention to all the Marines downstairs, though, or the Marines or the Navy personnel, whoever the humans are in this ship. But you can see most of them were just shooting down the stairs at other people and ignoring you, so use that to your advantage. Just run out of there. No need to fight people who don't need to be fought, and we're just going to move through here. I had a pretty lucky or skillful, however you want to look at it, grenade there, and it took out all the 3 elites in that hallway right away. And another note from those people in the stairway section, they will not follow you, so no need to worry about them coming up behind you in this section. So for this part, we're just going to keep doing what we've been doing, just noob combo a bunch of people, and you could also stick them or noob stick them. You can see that guy was just straight up noob comboed, and we're going to do the same for this guy. Oh, no, we're not. We're just going to, I'll just stick him, don't worry about it. There we go. Alright, that was not very pretty, but it works, so that's all we could ask for. So this area, I'm just going to replenish my ammo, obviously, and there's a health pack coming up. There's also more assault rifle ammo if you're using that, which I usually don't do, but he's right there. And there's a health pack right here. I almost run past it. It's not as obvious in the newer graphics that it's there. There's a lot more visual noise, quote-unquote, in the newer graphics. But obviously it's a lot easier to see where things are in the old graphics because you get the actual geometry. There's a lot of fake geometry in the new graphics. And also it's a lot cleaner, the old graphics, so you can see exactly where everything is, especially when there's like grass or something. It's tough to see where the guns are in the grass. But if you switch to the old graphics, there is no grass, so you just see it laying on the ground. Plain as day. So we're going through this section, which is just a bunch of access tunnels or something. And it's kind of confusing at first when you first play through. You don't know where you're going, really. But just follow this path if you remember what I just did. And we could go through these areas to come straight out into the hallway with a bunch of enemies. Or we could back up and go down all the way to the end of the hallway. And we could kind of come down a more spacious hallway that is easier to maneuver in, and you won't get stuck as much or shot as much because obviously you have more room to strafe side to side and avoid shots and grenades and everything. One thing I should have mentioned earlier, probably in the beginning of this, is the fact that you could do this on co-op if you would like, so you could kind of come at the enemies from both sides of the hallway and make it a little easier for yourself. Obviously it would be easier for yourself with another person anyway. You can only do 2 people per game in Halo 1. You can't do 4-player co-op, but you could do 2-player co-op, and that makes it a lot easier, obviously. So try that if you're having trouble. Try to find a friend online, or just, you know, get sick nasty with it and just plow through all these Covenant. So we got one more elite. He ran down there, afraid of us, apparently. You can see I grabbed the health right there. I didn't mean to do that at this point in case I took more damage. I'd rather save it for when I need it even more, but I grabbed it, and we're moving on. So, oh, this grunt's still alive. We'll kill him. And we're going to move on. This is basically where we started the level, down there in the cryo bay. So it's like we've not even gotten anywhere at this point. This guy I like to noob. A lot of the time the explosion that's going to happen kills him, but I don't trust it, so I just kill him myself. And then to the right there are 4 grunts. You could kill them any way you would like, with a plasma pistol, with a magnum, with a grenade. You can go up to him and smack him, show him who's boss. Who cares? You could also just run past him if you want to. We're going to go into this access tunnel right here. There's going to be 2 grunts this time, instead of just empty access tunnels. Just smack them, save your ammo. No need to waste ammo by shooting them. Just keep punching them. And turn on your flashlight if you need to, if you don't know where you're going. It's nice to always just have it on anyway. Try to stick these guys. It's a lot easier than shooting them with a magnum. And this section, they're obviously distracted by some Marines down towards the right, so you can more easily shoot them and stick them with grenades. This is a good little spot here because you got some cover with these overturned whatever they are. I don't know, are they vending machines or something? I don't know, but they provide cover. These grunts are fleeing for their lives. Just shoot, kill them. Shoot, kill them, yeah. That's what I meant to say. Forget ands. I don't know about grammar anymore. So throw a grenade over there, or 2. Hopefully you'll get an elite, or the 3 of them that are over there. Also make sure that you don't forget about the grunts that are to the right of you at this point. There's a doorway to the right and it's open, and there are usually like 3 or 4 grunts over there. Just humping the ground, waiting for my shield to go back up. The shield recharges very slowly in Halo 1 compared to all the other Halo games, so watch out for that. Don't stick your head out too soon. And down here is where I was talking about. There's usually 3 or 4 grunts down here, but apparently they went to the other hallway, so we don't have to worry about them anymore. Just be aware that they are alive and they could come behind you, but you know, just use your radar. They're probably not going to come behind you at this point. But just move forward cautiously, and we're at the last section here. There is an elite or 2 in here and a bunch of grunts. We're just going to throw our grenades at them, and you can see there's a ton of grenades, fragmentation grenades, on the shelf in front of me here. So you could always just stand there and just load up and just continuously throw a ton of grenades. It's almost like you have the bandana skull on, but you don't. You're just standing next to a big pile of grenades. And try not to kill yourself with the grenades. I've done that before in this section where you throw a grenade and it bounces off one of the structures, one of the braces on the top of the ceiling here that I just hit my head on when I jumped, and it just bounces right back at you and kills you, and that's not cool. Then you gotta do this section all over again. So you gotta kill all the grunts in this section, and then apparently there was one still alive somewhere, but I think the Marines killed him. And once you step to that doorway, when there's no more enemies there, this cutscene will trigger, and that will mark the end of the level. So that's it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Click like and subscribe. Leave comments all over the place. And you can follow me on Twitter at HaloCompletion and on Twitch at SilverScorpion4, and I will see you guys later for more Halo achievements.